Good evening and welcome to Collective Tarot. Over the last year and a half that we've been doing this, I have been showing you along the way how to use the astrology in the sky, your birth chart, and a tarot deck in order to be able to set yourself up for the easiest path to utilize the energy that's around. So did you think that I was just showing you because, just because? The answer is no. My midheaven is in Capricorn, and this is a full moon in Capricorn. And the full moon in Capricorn reveals things, right? And a lot of Capricorns think they know everything. A lot of Capricorns pride themselves on, being right all the time. A lot of Capricorn energy is spent teaching, professing. And so today, can you guess what we're going to do? That's right. So I have gone to great lengths to first write down the collective tarot and then to show you by sign how to go through and utilize the astrology in your specific birth charts. And last new moon, I actually showed you on a screen side by side how I do it. So now that I've taught you with my midheaven in Capricorn, you get to do your own collective tarot readings now. Actually, that's not true. You get to do your own personal readings now. I'm no longer going to do readings by sign. I'm going to do a collective tarot reading, and then I'm going to leave your readings in your capable hands because you know what to do. I've posted some guides in the Substack so that you have them. I've posted many of these things before, but I will post them again. And what I really want you to do is I want you to learn how to trust yourself. When you're using this spiritual practice, this is a picture, okay? This is something you don't have to be studied in tarot to understand that this is a card of celebration. There's more than one person. So it's not a card just about you. There's more than two people, so it's more than just one relationship card. This is the social card, right? You know that cups are water and swords are air and pentacles are earth and wands are fire. But even if you didn't know that and you saw this card and you just see this individual who's free, whose heart is open, right? You can make your own magic, if you will. So that's what you're going to do. You have all of these videos, specifically last one, to help walk you through this and guides. Now, I will say this. There's a lot of astrology happening today on June 29th, and we are going to pull a collective tarot for the full moon in Capricorn, but we're also going to pull from two different sides of this deck that have to do with the two major pieces of astrology that are happening. One is that at 11 p.m. Pacific time tonight, Jupiter, the planet of luck and abundance, is going to move from Cancer, which is directly opposite this full moon, into Leo. And it's going to be there for 1 calendar year. And then on this deck, we're going to pull a card for Mercury, which is retrograde starting today, June 29th, directly opposite this full moon in Cancer. So with those two pieces of additional astrology and a collective tarot that talks about like the mood of the collective, this is what we're going to do going forward in collective tarot. Why? Because this is what collective tarot is meant to be. I wanted to train everybody on how to do their own stuff, but I'm going to go back to my regularly scheduled program so that you are not reliant on me to stand in your way of your path. Giving you the tools. I've taught you how to do these things. They're exactly the way that I do them for me. And I trust that you're going to make good decisions and be able to do your readings. But I will say this. There's not a lot of back and forth right now with me giving you the information and you telling me them back. So I encourage you, when you do your own readings, to go to the comment section on Substack or on YouTube or on Instagram, where I post all three of these things, and engage with me and other people who follow with what you have and start collectively working together to support one another. That is the point of collective tarot. It is the energy for all of us. So now that I've given you that very long preamble, I'm actually going to start. I'm going to start with the full moon. So the full moon in Capricorn, which happens at 4:56 Pacific Daylight Savings Time on June 29th, 2026. The card for the moment. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, we really need this. Is the Six of Wands. So from a deacon's perspective, which you can look up, which I will put a picture of in the Substack so that you have that also. The deacons, so the Six of Wands is the card of Jupiter, right? So this says very specifically that this is speaking about the Jupiter into Leo and how that's going to be a big celebration. So having this opposite the full moon, right? Having sit opposite the full moon in Capricorn, which is Saturn ruled, which means that as this Cancerian energy has gotten bigger and bigger and bigger, that casts a shadow, right? Casts a shadow and light on Saturn getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And when Jupiter goes into Leo, it is, I love that way, Leo, it's going to trine Saturn, which is in Aries right now, and will be in Aries the same trajectory for the year that Leo is in, Jupiter is in Leo. And the reason why that is important is because creating a trine is basically blessing it, giving it a blessing. So this Capricorn full moon energy is basically saying this Saturnian energy, this Saturn energy, it's celebrating it, sort of like releasing. So if you're like, I don't believe you. Well, this is the bottom of the deck and this is the Devil card. So this is the Capricorn card. And full moons are about releasing and revealing. So we can expect to continue to see the revelation of how Capricorn energy, capitalist energy, male Saturnal energy is changing, right? Totally changing. And when you have a Six of Wands, which is the card of celebration, what you're saying is you've seen this huge, huge, huge wave of energy surrounding our care, our need to care for each other and care for our needs. And you've seen an equally greater wave of this backlash against that, right? It's just like as we topple the singular, I won't even call it patriarchy, right? Because right now we're dealing with not just patriarchy, but we're dealing with several different very rigid structures of people in power that are all men, that are all white, straight men who have created a world that works just for them. And you have seen the stronger they have gotten, the larger this unified community has gotten around protecting those of us who those structures do not work for. That has been the theme that has been going on since the new moon in Capricorn at the beginning of the year, okay? So now 6 months later, we're seeing the full revelation of this playing out, and we're now starting to see some really, really, really big wins, especially because you're having a lot more of it revealed, right? A lot more of the toxic attachments, a lot more of the secrets coming out, a lot of things that can no longer be denied, a lot of people being exposed for their surrender to this power, which is pretty much what this card is. People choosing attachment, and also you have right underneath that you have death reversed, which is like The change is coming. This has died, and the remaining transformation is like, it's now personal, totally personal. So this is coming. This is coming today, literally tonight, right? It's coming tonight, and we can celebrate because all the work that we're doing to take care of one another and to look at individuals that are doing the work and that are on the high horse and giving them the flowers that are needed for marching us towards the direction we need to be marching in. That's what's going to get us to the gold. See this Nine of Cups that's right here? Yes, this is us marching towards a new destiny with a new dream, the collective dream. And that's you on your my voice keeps cracking today. You on your journey with care and compassion for yourself and for others, because that's the score. That's what's being revealed in this full moon. So now let us move to what's going on and the messages that we need to learn from Jupiter leaving Cancer, which is opposing this new moon, or this full moon, into Leo. So the card that I'm going to choose. This is the Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords is a Libra card. Ooh, and this is the Eight of Wands, which relates to Mercury. Wow, this is all very specific. So this is a Libra card, and the Three of Wands is about grief. The Three of Swords is about grief. It's also Saturn. It's a Saturn card. So we had a lot of expectations. We had a lot of expectations about what this time in our lives were supposed to be like. And we're dealing with a ton of grief. We've had ice just raining down on us, collecting people off the street. Like, the economy is just like out of control. I went to the grocery store the other day, and a grocery order that is usually about $120 for the week was $180. And I was shocked. I was utterly shocked. And we are all really experiencing a lot of frustration and grief and sadness right now because things are really changing, and they're really changing at like a rapid pace. Like, everything is sort of starting to spin out of control and feel very, very, very fast and upsetting. And the Seven of Swords is that Aquarius card that we talk about all the time, which is directly opposite Jupiter. And that the Seven of Swords is a card of the moon about taking care of yourself. So what I want you to do with this Leo season is really sort of break up. And the reason why the light changes because my key light went out. The reason why I want you to think about this Leo season is just like, you've had a lot of expectations and you've been really disappointed, but I don't want you to let it steal your joy. Okay? Don't let it steal your joy. When Jupiter goes into Leo, this is one of the reasons why I stopped doing the collective tarot and the readings for you. I don't want you to look outside of anyone else but you for the answers. Right? Nine of Pentacles. You know what it is you want to do, and I want you to have your answers. You to have the key to the things that you need to do. That's all I want for you. Like, I'm not your gatekeeper. That's why I try to give you these things for free. That's why I stopped charging for the collective tarot portion of my Substack. Like, I just want you to have all the information that I have access to so that you can get the kind of healing and the kind of clarity that I did for me. Because if you're watching this and reading this, if you're watching this and or reading this, you must think that I'm doing something right. And I want you to have access to that too. It's not some big secret, like, I worked really hard to learn these art forms. And the reason why I needed them is because I needed inner strength. I needed a way to check in with myself every single day, because otherwise I spun out. I was raised wrong, and I have a lot of misinformation about how to take care of myself, how to put myself first, how to prioritize my own wellness and well-being. And this really helped me. It really helped me pick a focus. It really helped me prioritize what I needed to do to keep myself happy and healthy and safe. And I mean, look, it came at the expense of a lot of people in my life who really benefited from me staying exactly the way I was. And I think that this is an opportunity to reveal that to all of you, to say, like, I don't want to stand in your way of you finding what this is for you. And if this is helpful, great. And I want you to do it. So, you know, that comes with a lot of expectations of me thinking that a lot of people were in my corner that were not. And reconciling that and doing it anyway, you know, making the decision to do the things that I needed to do, regardless of what it lost me, knowing that in the future I would get exactly what it is that was meant for me. It's hard. It's really hard to do. So I want you to use this as an opportunity, this Jupiter and Leo, to say to yourself, like, why do I do the things that I do? Why do I seek the applause that I seek? What's the point? Like, a very important book, I think it's called Seed of the Soul, if I'm not mistaken. The first question in the book to Oprah Winfrey was, does your personality serve your soul's purpose? And for a lot of my life, the personality that I had created in exchange for the love I got from people around me, including my family of origin, was like in direct opposition to my soul's purpose. So in order for me to live my soul's purpose, my personality changed and I started to live much more authentically. And I'm still learning to live the most authentically I can in order to serve my soul's purpose. And in this death and rebirth process, I've lost a lot. But I have gained so much of myself, which is the point. Okay, so since we're talking about death and rebirth and things changing, let's talk now about Mercury in retrograde. It's going to be retrograde for most of July. I can't remember the exact date it comes out, but it's, you know, it happens for a month. So what I want you to do during this time, so this is the Queen of Pentacles, and do you see how she's in the contrary here? Ooh, yeah, and this is the Queen of Wands in the contrary. Okay, so what this is telling you is it's now time to really look at your safety, security, your abundance, and your money, especially when it comes to your energy and your time. Like, these are two things that are really going to go under the microscope when Jupiter is in Leo, and also when the South Node gets there late in July. So I think what happens is first Jupiter goes in there, and then towards the end of July, the South Node catches up with it. And so there's going to be lots of energy and abundance and luck and expansion of like sunshine and warmth and great energy and like, you know, fun and jubilance. And then when the South Node gets in there, it's going to start weeding out those like egotistical aspects of Leo. So only doing things because of what it gets you and using your fire when it's out of control. So this is your opportunity to put these two things in check, right? What am I using my energy for? What am I using my finances for? I need to step into my Emperor energy here and say, this is who I am. This is what I'm doing. And do I have my stuff under control? It's really important for you to take this opportunity because Mercury retrograde, something is really trying to stop me from delivering this message. What Mercury retrograde is doing is it's allowing you time to slow down. It's allowing you time to deliver the message. You have a message to deliver. It's not coming through. So you pause, take a sip of water, clear your throat, take a breath, and then deliver your message. That's it. So that's as gentle as Mercury retrogrades can be, right? They don't have to be crazy, outrageous. Oh my God, I can't sign anything. It just means slow down, review, recheck, reorganize, do your thing. Don't drive forward with anything. Don't buy or spend anything, go crazy. Don't take your energy and like get all nuts or anything like that. No matter what happens, be the master of your own mind and your own, especially because Saturn is in this sign right now. This is an Aries card. Do you see how unbothered this person is? Got the world there and the sword down. Got no shoes on. Just chilling in the robe. That's what we want. Okay? So quiet the fears about the Mercury retrograde. Slow down. Review anything before you sign it. If you have to move during a retrograde, fine. Just be sure to pack everything extra well. And keep your cool. Keep your cool. That's what they say. Keep your cool. Even when the heat is turned up, and it will be with Jupiter going into Leo, keep your cool. No matter what falls apart. So, there's a lot of personality in Leo. There's a lot of personality because now this is sextiling Uranus and Gemini. Mars is in Gemini too. So things are going to go fast. Things are going to go quick. There's going to be a huge amount of misinformation and disinformation that's floating through the world. What I want you to do is I want you to keep your cool. Okay? Nothing that is meant to be goes through a tower moment. Okay? So if it's falling down, it means it's supposed to fall. I know we don't like it. This doesn't look fun, but it means it was supposed to fall. As it falls from the rubble, we change. It's the card of Uranus, right? That's a Uranus card. It also could be interpreted as a Mars card, and Mars and Uranus are both in Gemini. So when the tower falls and there's a serious amount of misinformation out there running all around and things are falling apart, what I want you to do is I want you to stay calm. Okay? Okay. That's it. That's Collective Tarot. You have a collective card. You had Jupiter and Leo cards, and you had a Mercury retrograde card. The rest is up to you. Take what you like and leave anything you don't. I wish you a very blessed full moon in Capricorn. I love you and believe in you, and I look forward to seeing you share any comments you have about any readings you did for yourself.